It was first semi-final action in the VFL on Sunday afternoon between the Casey Scorpions and Werribee to see who was going to meet Box Hill in the preliminary finals. And David Rhys-Jones, unfortunately for the Casey Scorpions, their woeful record in finals has continued out in straight sets for the fourth year in a row.
Yeah, not good enough really, but you've got to give full credit to Werribee. They really did come to play. They're an exciting team, Werribee, when they get going, and this was a game played in beautiful conditions. I mean, there were no excuses for either team, and you know, it looked like it was going to be a real goal fest, especially early. The goals were 3 goals in the first 3 minutes, and the game started with a bang. And Werribee, to their credit, just had too many highly skilled players. You look at that, the running skills, McDonald onto Ross, and they just had it all.
And they had several patches throughout the game, and there was one of them in the first quarter, including that cat-like goal from Ben Warren, where they had a patch where they just dominated play completely. And in the first quarter, they kicked 4 goals in 9 minutes and all of a sudden got out to an 18-point lead. And they have the ability to do that, Werribee, probably as well as anyone in the competition.
They're the best at it. They can really just pour on goals in quick succession, and they do it continuously. And unfortunately, they have lapses as well. But look, I don't think, Casey really had a crack. I thought they did their best. They just weren't good enough. They're beaten by a much better, highly skilled team.
We just saw that goal from Taggart. That gave them a 12-point advantage at the 16-minute mark of the second quarter. And after that point, it had the feeling of a game that Werribee was in control of. Again, they came up with a burst. They kicked 4 goals at the end of the second quarter. Then this was the best team goal of the day and one of the best we've seen all year. And it was at the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. We said at the time, that's got to buoy their spirits, moving the ball down the ground like that, and so it proved.
Yeah, they carried the ball the length of the ground, and they were terrific, and got some very, very good players. And they just share the ball very well. Highly skilled. They know where the goals are, and they caught them on when they had to.
And generally speaking, you have a look at the Scorpions, their supply to goal disappeared. Very clever goal there by Davis in the third quarter. But their second half goals were kicked by Best, who kicked 2 in the third quarter, Gent, Magna and Petropoulos. So they didn't have any targets to kick their goals.
No, that's it. Once Smith was being nullified, he kicked 4 in the first half. And they missed Jesse Hogan, who's been one of their key forwards throughout the course of the year, and unfortunately hurt himself and not available during the finals series. But we just see, mistakes, and the good thing about good teams make you pay when you make mistakes. And that's what Werribee did today.
We saw the goal from Mitch Jan, and here's another look at the Adam Marrick goal in the last quarter. That took it out to 32 points at the 10-minute mark, and that was effectively it. They weren't going to overcome that, even though they did manage to kick a couple of late goals. But it was too little too late, with Gent kicking the open goal, and then, of course, there was this mistake from Max Gawn.
Yep.
And then he could have kicked a goal at the other end. So he felt sorry for the big fella. He didn't.
Yeah, he did. Look, he worked very hard, and they won the centre clearances pretty easily through his ruck work. But that was the icing on the cake at that stage for Ben Warren, and a very good win. And they're going to be hard to beat, Werribee.
Yeah, they go in against Box Hill, and yet again, as you can tell by the look on Tim Smith's face and the face of the Casey Scorpions, they are sick of this feeling, and it's a feeling they've become very accustomed to over the years. Werribee 352 disposals to 313, inside 50, 62 or 63 to 52 in favour of the Tigers. And the most important stat was the one on the scoreboard at the end of the day, which showed Werribee 19-10, 124, the Scorpions 12-12, 84, the margin 40 points in the end. The Scorpions bow out of contention in 2013, and Werribee sets up a date with Box Hill in the preliminary final.